What happens? One of these players will remain undefeated as we head into round number 6 with Ailey and Corey.
Monty, we're with you, buddy. We want to see some spicy Mardu meatballs being flung around here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? I cannot wait to see this deck in action. It's going to be super, super cool. And we get to see Nathan Steuer sitting at 5-0, looking to continue his undefeated streak. Love to see Nathan playing so well.
Absolutely. Just switched teams, you know, not too recently as well. So they got a nice deck, and always fun to watch him compete at the highest level.
Absolutely. So let's get right into it. Gavin Meagher rocking this super cool Mardu discard deck. He did say to Corbin Hostler that he feels good about the landfall matchup, but the green-white version runs more removal, so it is a bit more difficult. But in general, their deck is built to beat landfall, and he has beaten one landfall deck so far.
Yeah, you know, I was kind of looking at the deck list, and I was like, I could see this maybe struggling with landfall a little bit, but hey, they already defeated it once, you know, and if they're saying that they're crushing that matchup, we shall see. But definitely a tough landfall player to get through here.
Oh, for sure.
In the hands of Nathan Steuer.
Nathan Steuer kicks things off here in the way that all green players wish to. Turn 1, Land War Elves. And it's dead. Perfect start for anyone else who's not playing green. Get that little guy out of there. Slow down the roll of Nathan Steuer and any of the ramp decks. Here comes Saj's Chocobo, Fable Passage, Crack gets a Forest, and 2 counters for his efforts.
I thought you were supposed to bolt the bird here, not the elf, but okay, we'll see if Gavin deals with that as well.
This bird needs to get bolted. It is in bolt range currently, yeah, unfortunately no lightning bolts to speak of in the deck.
Yeah, and I think Nathan, does have one other land, but the being able to go elf into the Earthbender Ascension here would have been gigantic.
Yeah.
Also really gigantic for Nathan to have the play here.
Absolutely. Hardened Academic comes in swinging, takes Nathan down to 18. You know, it kind of looks like all the best hits from the Lorehold deck made it into this Mardu shell, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, it was definitely a predominantly Rakdos discard deck. You know, it was playing Monuments. It felt like it was kind of this more grindy deck that was just using Monument in a different way. I liked this approach to it, being able to play practiced offense. I think that is a card that seems really awesome in this shell. But Keen-Eyed Curator doing some nice defense against, of course, Izzet decks like Spell Elementals, but doing some great work here as well.
Yeah, and you know, this has got to be something that was on Gavin's mind, you know, and the teams. Like, we know that there's going to be graveyard hate just because of the prevalence of the Lessons deck and the Prowess decks and, you know, anything else that's playing with the graveyard. So, you know, it looks like, just based on the list at first glance, that they will have enough firepower to get through that. But, you know, we won't be able to see any cool shenanigans like practiced offense for 2 out of the yard.
Yeah.
With the Keen-Eyed Curator.
Some Bloodghast shenanigans as well that gets turned down. But outside of that, it's not a completely reliant graveyard deck by any means.
Yeah, you know, certainly applying pressure now. We see Moonshadow down on the board. Just cares about things going in the bin. If they get exiled afterwards, meh, no biggie.
Yep.
But on the other side of things, these chickens are getting pretty big in the hands of Nathan Steuer.
Yeah, exactly. If Nathan can go, you know, land 4, Ice Till Explorer, or even the Earthbender Ascension here, it looks like Ice Till is not on the table, but Earthbender looks great here. Boost up these Sausage Chocobos, but that's really all Nathan has going on, and that's the problem with these landfall decks, is you kind of just have to play what you got.
Yeah.
Sure, we see Bossing Say and stuff that can give you some, you know, longevity, but outside of that, you do just need to draw some spells. You got to make sure that you're not just drawing all lands.
As much as the landfall deck does, in fact, like lands. If those critters do get taken care of, then Nathan is left with, well, just lands.
Exactly.
And that's not where the former world champion would like to be.
And Gavin does have the ability with the Hardened Academic to be able to get lifelink, help in these kind of race scenarios, but these Sausage Chocobos, of course, are going to get out of hand here.
I see 2 cards that I'm such a fan of in Gavin's hand. Tersa Light Shatter. I want to build a commander deck around her. She's so cool. And Iron Shield Elf, you know, just being able to continually discard things from hand, you know, Tersa being able then, if there is a graveyard to play with, once a Keen-Eyed Curator is dealt with, you know, she's got such a cool ability being able to bring things back as well. So
very powerful card, and you just can't scoff at 3 mana, 3/3 haste.
No.
Know, that is really strong as well. But yeah, Keen-Eyed Curator is going to do some work controlling any Tersa shenanigans.
So here we go, Earthbender Ascension.
And it looks like Nathan very much being very methodical on this play. I think maybe trying to decide, can I attack with this 2-2 land? Do I want to risk Gavin discarding 2 permanents, making this Moonshadow a 3-3? Or leaving it open to be able to eat something with the Keen-Eyed Curator? I would think we're probably just going to see these Sausage Chocobos.
Yeah.
Then you can also block the Moonshadow, but...
Yeah, definitely beat down roll here, being Nathan Steuer. Shuffles up after searching up the forest. Landfall triggers noted on each of the birds.
And Gavin really does not have the ability to kill these giant Sausage Chocobos with anything besides 2 erodes in the deck. So
Which is terrible for a land.
Yeah.
Landfall deck.
No kidding. Yeah, you're really boosting up the Earthbender Ascension. I mean, Nathan Steuer's playing a bunch of erodes where he sometimes erodes his own creature.
Yeah, which
so
is
you
cool.
So you gotta think erode against the deck is not the biggest deal.
Yeah, because if you erode one of your own Earthbound creatures, your lands,
Yeah,
you get 2 lands.
exactly.
2 more trigger. Well, I can't wait to see something crazy like that happen.
And I think most importantly, kind of this innovative take that we see from Celestial Landfall from Nathan and his team, it's really being able to erode like an Eddie Merc Crab at end step before they can untap and Sunderflock you and just get rid of all your creatures. So it's definitely mainly for that, but it has that duality of being able to destroy your own creature, which definitely comes up.
Here comes Tersa Light Shatter. Nice. All right, just chucking the whole hand.
And nice synergies there.
Okay, thank you.
And it's only 1 because they went to the graveyard together.
Yeah.
Yep. It does feel like it should be 2.
Yeah. What the heck, Moonshadow? Good, good. You're a mythic.
And just a couple lands from Gavin, so nothing great here.
Well, he did need a land. Probably not too keen to see 2, though, off the top there off Tersa. So she's not going to get in, but we will see a land chucked here. Oh, hey, Marauding Mako. Cool but rude, allowing him to draw and discard.
And we are seeing some nice synergies here where, we're getting this Moonshadow quite large. And, yeah,
Nice
that's
again.
another boost.
6 and you go to 9. You got 10. Yep.
Yeah. Gain the life there, courtesy of the Hardened Academic.
And now the Keen-Eyed Curator has the ability to eat 3 different type of permanents, so unable to get that giant amount. But yeah, looks like this is just lethal straight away. Saza's Chocobos really went the distance here.
They sure did. Early birds for Nathan. Certainly did catch the worm in game number 1 here. So Nathan looking poised to continue his winning ways and maybe go 6-0 in game number 2.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of stuff that Gavin has to interact with, because so far that game didn't look great. But hey, up against Landfall when you're on the draw, I feel like any deck can kind of get got.
Oh, yeah. Now, forgive me, Final Fantasy fans. I'm never sure if this is Cecil or Cecil. So the Dark Knight.
Yep.
All right, the Dark Knight has hit the board.
planes.
Big old 2-3, Death Touch. That's a good answer to any birds that get out of hand.
And now Nathan's hand is much slower. We have double erode, which, that doesn't really want to be your first and second play of the game, as, you're really ramping your opponent quite quickly. But you got to do what you got to do, and then nothing till Ice Till on 4 is less than ideal.
18 all.
Dunk. In comes Cecil.
I like Cecil.
All right, let's go with Cecil. In for 2. And, of course, anytime that Cecil connects, you're going to be losing that much life as well. The idea, hopefully, to flip him once you have lost half your starting life total.
Yeah, and a card that is definitely not that great when you're racing, as, it is essentially 2 damage each player each time. But flipping that is
I
gigantic.
got a forest.
Yep, getting a life linking 4-4 hopefully makes up for it, but yeah, there's a lot of risk in playing him.
And now we'll see if Nathan does aggressively erode one of these creatures. With Tersa coming down and we're about to discard a couple of lands and boost up this Moonshadow, I feel like Nathan's going to be pretty forced into dealing with the Moonshadow. If you deal with the Tersa, the Moonshadow, still gets boosted as well.
Like, Sheltered by Ghost is an excellent answer to these creatures, but there's nothing on the board for him to attach it to right now.
Yep.
So, yeah, he's under a lot of pressure right now. This board is getting ever larger.
Yep, and the one thing a road is it's not exactly Path to Exile as it is destroying it. So that does interact unfavorably for Nathan here if you do deal with Tursa.
No. Gotta think he's a little forced into this, so let's see what he aims for. Moonshadow, bye-bye. Okay.
It's the same amount of damage whether you take Tursa or Moonshadow, and Moonshadow's just going to keep getting bigger. So I like that play from Nathan.
Definitely more upside to that card, so in the bin it goes. Cecil and Tursa doing damage here. Down to 13 goes Nathan.
Now Nathan does get to Nathan does get to look at Gavin's deck when we start the match, open decklist type tournament, and you get to always look, how many basics do you have, Gavin? And it's only one. So a 3-color mana base, now these other erodes are just going to be straight 1 mana, destroy a creature.
Yeah, that's a pretty good card.
That is quite nice.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, it looks like Nathan, if we had Fabled Passage, next turn being able to go, you get to erode something this turn, and then next turn go Ice Till, bring a white source back, and then erode again would be great. But with Escape Tunnel, that's not going to be possible as of right now.
Doesn't really do anything here.
I do love hearing the players.
Yeah, Gavin's having fun playing his deck, that's for sure.
Yeah.
His deck is sweet.
It's nice when you take, you know, a brew per se to an event and do pretty well with it. So
absolutely.
Great start here for Gavin Meagher.
4 damage.
4 damage, Nathan says, I wish to erode a friend. Who's going down this time, do you think?
I would think Tursa. It's just all about minimizing damage here, I would think. So
All right, there she goes.
That would be my pick.
We have no more basics.
Now, no more basics. He can still shuffle if he wants to. That would felt fine, right?
Yeah.
If for some whatever reason you just feel like shuffling, you know, some people just do that.
It's a May, so you can always decline.
Yeah.
You go to 14, I go to 9.
So winning the damage race is Gavin. What can Nathan pull out of his sleeve here?
Yeah, I was going to be curious if Gavin wanted to cycle this creature or just play it. It's pretty unimpressive right now. And now Nathan is going to be able to play Ice Till and at the very worst, you know, bring back this Escape Tunnel, which is a very solid play. And Gavin was just on nothing but air in hand, but has a lot of ways to manipulate draw steps.
Yeah, sure. Certainly does. Alrighty. Another land drawn there. Forest in hand. Still Explorer, as you mentioned, goes and fetches that. Trigger, mill, passing say in the bin. Beautiful, shiny, full art version thereof. Turn passes back.
The one thing with Hardened Academic, though, it does hit hard when you want it to. You know, being able to exile these cards from your graveyard and boost it up. And wow, practiced offense at the top.
Well,
I mean, that's got to be the card.
Yeah?
Like, I mean, you can discard that, get lifelink with Hardened Academic, play it from the graveyard.
Yep.
Choose Double Strike.
Boost it up.
And then just discard the rest of the card, or exile the rest of the cards in your
that's
yard. This feels like way over lethal.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing is, you can just cast the front half, cast the back half.
Yeah.
Practice offense,
And then do it again.
Do lifelink and double strike.
Yep, play from the bin. Gives it a buff.
10.
Jeez.
Wow. Okay.
There you go. Practiced offense, man. Good magic card.
Really impressive stuff.
It's crazy that that's 2 out of the graveyard.
Yeah.
To play it again.
Yeah, being able to boost it up when it leaves the graveyard is awesome. It gets it up to 5 power, double strike lifelink, 10 damage. What a top deck. Really needed that one.
Yeah.
As he didn't have any ways to just keep exiling cards from his graveyard.
That was perfect for Gavin. Tying things up here at a game of peace. So let's go. Game number 3. Nice start here for Nathan on a full grip of 7. Mulligan to 6 for Gavin. Sasha's Chocobo going to start growing.
Yeah, and this time Nathan has the proactive play. Is able to play Badger Mole Cub here.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of just the very reactive draw that he had last games.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, Badger Mole Cub has had a bit of a rough start to life here, I would say, since Avatar The Last Airbender.
Yeah,
You know?
Lorwyn Eclipse. That was supposed to be the Badgermole Cub Pro Tour, and kind of fell on its face. Everybody was prepared for it, and now the question to be answered for this Pro Tour is Slickshot show off and Storm Chaser's talent. It's supposed to be their Pro Tour, and we'll see how they end up doing.
Absolutely. Oh, poor little buddy got Burst Lightning taking care of one of the threats on board.
Yeah, the big problem here is Gavin is not a Boros deck, and Gavin has no other lands in hand, so I think we are kind of out of things to do unless Gavin does top deck a black mana source here. Can play Cool But Rude or Hardened Academic, I suppose, but really needs black mana to be unleashing Cecil and the Iron Shield Elf.
Absolutely.
Big draw step.
And top deck. What's it? No.
Okay.
Deck. Wrong one. We needed the Blood Crypt.
Yep. Can at least play Hardened Academic and have the rescue
Yeah.
up
Mage's
for
rescue.
some interaction. And the thing is, Nathan should kind of have his alarm bells going off. You're like, why did you just take 2 with that Storm Chaser or with that Sacred Fire?
Yeah. That's a big giveaway. Oh yeah, you got shenanigans.
Exactly. And now the one thing, if I'm Nathan, I don't want him to be using his mana effectively right now. So, but there's other things that Gavin could have. It could be Burst Lightning number 2. So it's not.
Could erode his own creature.
Yeah, could be erode. Could be a lot of different stuff. So it's up to Nathan to figure out what the plan is here. And the worst case scenario of erode fixing your opponent's mana base, not really a problem here because Gavin doesn't play Swamp.
Only basic mountain.
Yep.
Just Patrick Sullivan in his deck.
Yeah, there you go. Brutal mana base here for Nathan as he has the Ice Till, but no 5th land to play and no lands in the yard. So equally some awkwardness coming from Nathan's draw.
No, you can cast it though. He's got a first.
Yeah, can cast it, but can't play that 5th land. So
true.
it's still decent to be able to be played, but not amazing.
Not ideal. So
and this makes sense to get some more value. And now he can erode his land.
Yeah.
Which is actually, I mean, that's a pretty
kind of
sick
powerful,
play right now. Yeah.
Go land.
And
Maybe not now.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to wait and can say go in response to, let's say, a Burst Lightning on that 1/2 Saz's Chocobo. Would have just been an absolute backbreaker. But I bet Nathan does that because not only is that going to destroy the land, it's going to get you another one. I guess it doesn't put one into your graveyard as it'll come back, but still very strong.
Shard Mage's Rescue, protecting the Hardened Academic. Off it goes. It gives a buff as well, right? Yeah, +1.
So now we'll see if Gavin can find an untapped black source, play Cecil, or honestly, a white source is probably better to have a road to get rid of maybe one of these gigantic Saz's Chocobos.
I'll discard an Iron Shield.
Goodbye, Iron Shield Elf.
I'll discard a Mako to the end.
Goodbye,
So
Mako.
I go to 15, you go to 13.
Yep. It's your turn. This is all.
Okay, little lifelink action.
Not too shabby,
Yep.
because there's some really big birds on the other side of the table there looking to put Gavin down.
Here's a little bit of the awkwardness that Landfall can have is just like, oh, Llanowar Elves, one of the best cards in your deck, one of the best cards in the format. Saz's Chocobo, the same, but when you draw them on turn 5, they look a little less exciting. So now Nathan has that choice of, all right, do I just attack, maybe erode a land, maybe not, just play a Llanowar Elf, or just play a sad Ice Till Explorer where it's not really going to do too much.
Llanowar Elves hits the board here for Nathan, so getting some creatures on the board. Could, possibly find a way to end the game next turn, but there's, of course, this pesky pigeon to deal with on the other side of the table.
Yeah, I think Nathan might, beginning of combat, erode this. Yep. And this one is going to work. It's going to get a mountain. And now Gavin will have an erode of his own for one of the big Sazas to fight back a little bit. So we definitely got ourselves a close game here, but that was a great turn for Nathan.
Absolutely.
At the price of one mountain, it was kind of a time walk, as the Cool But Rude is not doing too much without a creature.
Cool But Rude definitely needs an attack trigger, to be able to discard, draw, start dealing damage that way. And it feels bad if that's the only thing you're able to do is to level up this class.
Yeah. But a road definitely showing how powerful of a card it is
Yeah.
here from Secrets of Strixhaven.
Oh, yeah, it's great. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, well, that's just going to be included in every single white commander deck ever.
I mean, just Path to Exile, we have
Yeah.
seen how
Swords,
amazing it's
Path,
been
yeah.
for so long here at Pro Tours. And, you know, it is close enough when
Yeah.
it comes to Standard to Path to Exile.
Yeah, but when am I supposed to cast it? Something like that.
Gavin in a real pickle here.
Yep.
2 black cards in hand, unable to do anything, but there is the
Trigger.
erode. Get a couple more landfall
You
triggers.
did that one first, huh?
But now, we might be able to get Ice Explorer down with some land, so
Nathan is
That's what
just
we draw.
like, Escape Tunnel or Fabled Passage, please,
Yeah.
off the top.
one time.
As that would be 6 damage from Saza's, plus 2 more from the Elves. That'd be lethal.
Yeah.
Fabled Passage or Escape Tunnel is GG right now.
Let's see at the top of the deck. Nope. Those are elves.
Harmonizer.
Harmonizer?
Harmonizer,
All right.
quite great. You know, a solid card here. Just playing that as a 5/4 looks great. It's very threatening. What's Gavin going to do? Especially since he's only playing Boros here instead of... so really needs black mana to just be able to kill the Harmonizer immediately. And no,
Alas, it's not to be for our Mardu hero, but Nathan Steuer, 6-0. What a perfect start here for former world champion.
Yep, and hey, that is the price. The mana in Standard is pretty good right
Yeah.
now, but 3-color mana bases can still have that difficult aspects here where you don't get everything you need. So Gavin's deck really cool,
Very
and I'm
cool.
sure it is pretty good against Landfall, but it didn't look amazing when you couldn't get your 3rd color for this game. Yeah.
Very unfortunate there indeed, but not to worry. There is still plenty more Magic to be had here this weekend, friends. So don't go anywhere. We'll have a quick break, and we'll be back with more action. Welcome back to coverage of Pro Tour Secrets of Strixhaven, coming to you from Las Vegas, Nevada. Thankfully not crazy hot, Corey Baumeister.
Beautiful.
But things are heating up here inside because we are deep into our standard rounds now on day number 1, and this cameraman is still walking. He got his steps in.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's a very big haul. This is the biggest MagicCon that we've had. Over 20,000 tickets sold. There are so many people outside. It's insane. The line this morning, it was like snaking around the building. I was like, oh, I'm
So
so glad
much
I'm not
cool
that one.
stuff to do. I mean, like you could walk around the entire day and find new things to do at these MagicCons. They're
That is
really,
true.
really cool events.
They are indeed. But we are here for the Pro Tour, friends, so let's focus back on that as we jump in to another feature match here. Mason Buonadonna up against Matthew Oomkes. This is a band rhythm versus a 4-color elementals deck. So some pretty sweet lists here from our players. Band rhythm, it had its day in the sun and then kind of went, you know.
Yeah.
Tell me why there's still an appeal to play this deck here this weekend, Corey.
You know, this band rhythm deck has went through a lot of changes. It's not even this classic, like, Nature's Rhythm for Craterhoof Behemoth style deck anymore. It's just a very good, powerful deck. Looks like we're not even playing Ouroboros, so it's just very different, you know? But there's some cool stuff that Mason's doing.
Yeah.
Sewer Surveillance Cam with Bloom Tender to be able to untap that, gain some extra mana. And, you know, I've watched a lot of tournaments here from Mason Buonadonna here when it comes to spotlights in the RCs. He is phenomenal at these Badger Mold Cub decks, and it's pretty much every single top 8 is filled with Mason Buonadonna and 7 other players. So if anybody can keep the Bant Rhythm deck alive, it's going to be him.
Oh, yeah. Kick things off here in round number 6, Badger Mold Cub. That's the coolest version of the deck for sure. It's going to animate that little land. And let's see if Matthew can have any answer for it.
Yep.
Take a look at the main deck configuration. Couple of Burst Lightnings in the main deck. Not too much else to speak of, barring a Vibrance to kill the little guy.
Not a ton, but the one thing is this is kind of public enemy number 1 for these rhythm decks is Sunderflock. This is a Sunderflock deck, so this is the type of deck that Mason doesn't want to play against. So you don't have to run a lot of early removal because eventually you get Sunderflock and all the creatures are gone anyways.
That's true. And there's some excellent ways to ramp in this deck. Ashling Rekindled being one of them, but Badger Mold Cup number 2. Woo, talk about ramping.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Absolutely, we are popping off.
Good gravy. He just kind of went blunk.
Yep.
Dumped down a Bloom Tender.
And we did see Matthew Oomkes that was playing the regional championship, eventually lost to Will Kruger in the top 4, played this style of deck up against Will Kruger's Is It Lesson deck, and it was an incredible match. If you ever want to go back and watch a really spicy one, Matthew put on a show for that one for us.
Some sweet, sweet decks here this weekend. Ashling Rhymebound now, making some mana here.
Then I'll use that.
Oh my goodness, here we go. It looks like ill-timed explosion, which is going to be a perfectly timed explosion here.
Oh dear.
So now
and
the whole
everything
goal,
dies.
as long as we discard a 2. I mean, a 2 is exactly what we want, but if Matthew doesn't have a value 2, okay, there's an Ashling. So you need Ashling and land. Otherwise, if you discard a 4, you lose your own Ashling as well.
You don't want that to happen, so.
I'll discard these two
There you go. Good gravy. Goodbye, board.
Pretty good.
Yep.
Yeesh. Lands come back.
Yep, land comes back. Mason gets to figure out exactly what you want there, but these kind of exchanges are so brutal.
Yeah.
And now there's Sunderflock at the top end to be able to do it again. This is kind of the reason when you were asking me why these rhythm decks are not doing as well as decks like this.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And this is its Elementals. There's a lot of decks that are doing this
I'm
exact
not
same
gonna
thing
Yeah.
to the poor earth-bending cub.
He's just doing his best, man.
Yeah.
Just trying to make little mountains. Dig some holes, but
That's a
Roman Throne time. Alrighty.
Holding
Do you think he'll name
Leave them
Sponge?
black.
Understood.
You know, I think we're going to go with Elementals on
And
this
I
one.
will
That would make a lot of sense.
2 triggers.
And now is where this deck starts to look absolutely wild. Getting the double triggers off Vibrance, and we have so many more Roaming Thrones where that came from.
He's got 3 in hand.
Yep. And now you get to take the Gear Hulk or the Scavenger.
Massacre here.
And yeah, either Glass Gear Hulk or the Scavenger.
Yeah.
Not very threatening right now. To be fair, Matthew just has the Vibrance, but you can just start casting Roaming Thrones and attack with those, and it's probably going to be good enough on this kind of game.
Yeah, I'd say so. You know, Mason's going to just keep running things out as best he can. Get the bear down, Voslin, Scavenger. Kind of performs the
Draw.
same function as the other little raccoon buddy whose name I've forgotten now.
Yeah, being able to cast, you know, a spell
I've got
attached
4
to it
Ashling
Yep.
triggers.
is pretty nice,
3 functional
but
ones.
Yes.
not
I'll
amazing in this
resolve the
situation.
Flip trigger first.
Sure.
So I'll pay a red.
All right, pay red to flip back.
So this is stacking it so
Yum.
that you
I have
can
2
loot away
discard
the
draw
land
triggers.
and then figure out which kind of
I
mana you want to
will
add.
Discard Roman Trail, draw a card.
Didn't even discard
What a
the land.
flex, huh?
Yeah,
Wait,
no
not yet
kidding.
resolved your turn. Sorry. Thank you.
And
Another ill-timed explosion in
I'll
hand.
discard.
Yep, and you do get 2 of them. Gotta love that. Roaming Throne also doubles that.
Then for mana, let's add.
Yep, has a couple options here. You can either just Roaming Throne and evoke a Vibrance, or just hard cast Vibrance, do a double loot. No artifacts or enchantments to deal with, but just the draw ability a couple of times is very strong as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, Roaming Throne is one hell of a card. You know, we've seen it pop up in a couple different shells here and there, but yeah, it's certainly found one heck of a home with elementals.
Use that.
Yeah, and this deck has definitely fallen out of favor a little bit. Like
I'll draw 2, discard 1 twice.
It absolutely dominates these rhythm decks. I'd like to see how 4-color elemental stands up against prowess.
Yeah.
And I bet it would be a little bit more brutal, especially the Stallion version, where the Sunderflock isn't even answering everything. So give and takes for sure when it comes to playing this elemental deck. This is one of the gifts, by the way. this is looking good and looking extremely fun.
Oh, yeah. Just double triggering already
Yeah.
powerful mythics. Like,
Exactly.
the world is Matthew's oyster currently, and Mason just has to sit there and watch triggers resolve.
Exactly. But 3-2, both these players doing great. Need to lock up one more win to be able to make day 2.
Yeah. And that's goal number 1 here for the players of the Pro Tour. 4 wins, so you can come back and draft again tomorrow morning.
Brutal.
AG!
When you want land 5 so you can at least cast the Bind to Life
Ashling trigger.
from the Scavenger, and instead you get the Gene Pollinator, that's always pretty brutal.
Sure. 4 mana.
Flippity flop once again.
Just gonna add blue.
Getting 4 mana off this thanks to Roaming
You're planning to
Throne.
immediately spend it. You're good. You just kind of go for
Insane.
it.
Mason's just like, get this over with, I know I'm dead. There we go.
Boing.
Save ourselves a little bit of
and
time.
boom. Yeah, there you go, Mason.
Yeah, and that looked
Super nice
really, really strong for Matthew, that's for sure.
Certainly did. Not the start that Mason Buonadonna wanted here in this game.
Okay.
But game number 2 gets to consult the sideboard and hopefully fend off some of these big threats for Matthew.
And Matthew at the RC in which he qualified for this event in Milwaukee was very close to taking down Will Kruger, and in the finals would have been a rhythm player. So, I mean, with how good this matchup looks for the elemental side, Matthew was very, very close to being a winner of the RC.
For sure.
Will Kruger was happy that he wasn't.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know.
for sure. Bounce off taking care of the Llanowar Elves, so just keeping the mana generation in check here from Mason's side.
Yep.
Looks like we have a Pixie Spider Sense hand as well as a land, so Mason's hand is decent. But yeah, these decks just don't have that crazy over-the-top I win button of Craterhoof Behemoth anymore. It's definitely more mid-rangey style of effects.
Yep. Flame Braider doing its best Ashling Rekindled impersonation. 2 cards always trip me up. They look so similar.
Yep. And yeah, whenever these elemental decks get one of those 2 drops and they live, it's really bad news. No matter what you're playing against. It's, both of them add 2 mana, essentially.
Here comes the Vossland's Scavenger.
18 blue.
Tis prepared and is a Death Toucher.
Yep, and that should be a pretty obvious face-up Spider Sense, as there's really no other card that it could be at all. So it's either Mason bluffing, which definitely within the range, your life total doesn't matter that much, but if I'm Matthew, I'm trying to do anything I can to play around Spider Sense here.
Vibrance, I'll have to pay a life to get green, green, red, red.
Okay.
I'm going to
Alright.
17.
So this can affect Vibrance, but not in a great way, as you can counter the 3 damage that's going to kill your elf by returning your elf, I guess.
Find a land mode.
Oh, okay, just denying the land and then you get both. Okay, that is much better.
There you go.
And I will pass her.
So it's just a dog.
Just a dog.
I know it's an elemental, but that's a dog.
It
in
does
front.
look.
Yeah, it's a dog with a cute flower collar.
Yeah, and when your counter spell is just countering the ability of it, but you get to keep around a 5-mana 4/4, still not very profitable here for Mason by any means.
No targets.
Nurturing Pixie, no targets, says Matthew. Excuse me, says Mason.
Yeah.
Matthew's got a big old critter over there.
Combat.
And it looks like Mason's the one who wants to get feisty now, so in with the Death Toucher. Do we take the trade? All right.
Looks like it. Looks like Mason had a Rhythm, a Gearhulk, and a Yigra, I believe that
Oh,
is.
yeah, Yigra, big kitty.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh,
a
I
couple
love that
Yigras
guy.
out of the sideboard. This deck has definitely changed quite a bit, that's for sure.
Elemental Cat makes everything a food, naturally.
Yep.
That's the Roaming Throne.
And now I think Matthew had a Deceit, so has the ability to do double Deceits. Take a look at 2 more cards in the hand, and that
Yeah.
looks devastating.
That's going to be
Black, black.
brutal. Here we go. Ugh. Rhythm, Igra, Bright Glass, Gearhulk. Man, Mason really blings out his decks, huh?
Yeah, it really does. Really does. And I mean, we saw multiple events where
Yigra
Mason was either in the top 8 or
Yeah.
maybe conceded to a friend to get into the top 8 over and over with these Rhythm decks when they were at their peak. So it makes sense. Each top 8, he probably adds a new addition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what new goodies have come from the latest
actually,
sets? I wonder what he'll fetch. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's a Cub.
You think?
Nature's Rhythm, always getting Cub, and then,
That's
you know, it used to be always getting Behemoth for the flashback, but that's not the case here. Now there's a plethora of other options that you can get.
Thank you. Yep.
A far more fair version of the deck.
Yeah.
As opposed to the, oh, turn 4, hoof, you're dead.
Yep,
Get my
exactly.
cheeky 1 point in the air and I'll pass.
Ding!
What that really came down to, I mean, the Rhythm decks,
as well
their
for you.
fall was the last Pro Tour. You
Yeah.
know, it was
was that?
Spelementals,
That's
it
mine as
was
well.
these Elemental decks, and pretty much every one of the other decks
Yeah.
did pretty well against Rhythm decks. So it's
Burn came
fighting
prepared,
back and
man.
doing its
Oh,
best,
yeah.
that's for
Yep.
sure.
And
Yep.
Turn passes back now to Matthew. He's got an Ashling in hand.
Ashling, a Braid, and a Seer, so just some interaction, no card advantage. So Matthew is, air quotes, out of gas here, has the Quarry Mountain Monastery to get some value going, but
Didn't
that's
know you
not
had a mountain
necessarily...
monastery.
Yeah, yeah. They took my Steel Cutter away, you know? That's
Yeah,
the
they
best
did,
we got.
right? How
But
great.
Ashling to be able to do some looting here is quite nice.
Yep.
Ashling.
You have an action.
2 triggers.
Agreed.
Trigger.
Um,
Chuck, draw. Well, chuck and draw, chuck and draw.
Sure.
Yeah.
And a Braid's just a solid card right now.
He didn't think so.
Yeah. Mason was like,
No,
sure, that
just
card's good against me right now.
Yeah.
And now keeps Vibrance around that.
Oh,
Looks
double
good.
trigger that. Boom, boom.
Yeah, why have one a
Creatures.
Braid when you could have 2? So right now, Matthew, if he wants to, could play Vibrance, kill the Elf and the Pixie, but just does not need it right now.
Just get the little mana accelerant off the board, so Badgemal Cub taken care of. Mason's in a bit of a pickle here.
Yeah, this matchup, I mean, no matchup in Standard is like 80-20,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
by
yeah.
any means, but this feels like a 70-30. You know, that type of matchup. That's about as bad as it gets in Standard.
Uphill battle for sure.
Yep.
Go
Arslan's
ahead.
Scavenger once again. This Pixie's doing his best job digging Matthew in the air for 1. Life total's 15 to 12.
Ashling triggers.
I agree.
I agree.
I'll 1 action trigger now too.
So now Ashling is going to add 4.
I'm
Vibrance
add
can
green,
just
green,
send
red, red,
6 upstairs.
and some Vibrance.
Hey, buddy.
So searching for a couple of lands, gain 4 life, as well as dealing
You can do
6.
3 damage to this twice, and then you can go find 2 lands.
All right.
Thank you.
Gain 4 life.
Sure.
Jesus.
It's like I just got my prepared stamp for that
Yeah.
scavenger. Come on.
Fine stuff.
It's like when you're doodling your own tokens, right?
Yeah.
And someone kills it before you even finish. It's like, come on, man.
Now Matthew gets to have the aspect that Vibrance gets to search up a bunch of different really powerful lands.
Yeah.
The Restless Vine stock to be able to close the game. There's the Pit of Offering to exile some cards in the graveyard. And then, of course, the Quarry Mountain Monastery, which you already see in play. So we're going to see an attack here for 7 and then play the Restless Vine stock to just really put Mason far too behind here.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. And like you mentioned, mana base in Standard right now is very good.
Yeah.
There's plenty of utility lands out there for the players to utilize. So
Swing at you for 6.
we in for 6. Land
I'm sorry? I would like black, please.
does some blocking.
Like 2 down 10.
Correct. I'm a 10.
Gets black from the Fabled Passage,
Comes
just in
back to
case
black.
we top deck Yeagra number 2. And now, yeah, this is pretty nice. Matthew's actually able to play Ashling on the front side. They don't legend rule unless they're on the same side.
Yeah.
2 triggers. I'll discard, draw.
I think though if one resolves before, if he decides to trigger one of them, then they'll both do
Yeah.
the same thing
Went down.
at a
You
point.
can never flip either of them ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never shall they meet.
Exactly, exactly.
And that's
If you ever time travel, don't meet yourself. That's how
Yeah.
bad things
I
happen.
believe that is the rules.
Yeah. Yep. I don't make them.
You just enforce them.
Yep.
So I believe we saw another elemental in hand from Matthew. I want to say it was Deceit. I could be wrong. I think any of them are devastating.
Yeah. I mean, Mason's at 10. There's so many bodies on the board there, and nothing that Mason can do to combat this. So Matthew Oomkes with a clean 2-0 gets his 4th win. Gets to come back tomorrow and play, Corey.
Yep, absolutely. And both players playing the deck that kind of got them there in the first place. So both of them playing the deck that's in their element, but the elementals very good against the rhythm decks as we saw there.
Super sweet matchup there, friends, and we still have plenty more for you as we get into the end stretch of our day here at Pro Tour Secrets at Strixhaven. So let's jump straight into it. We're going to check out Kai Nelson versus Takeshi Ozawa. We saw Kai earlier with a super cool Golgari mid-range deck, but another super cool deck we found is in his opponent's hand. The Sultai control list looks incredibly cool. Let's jump down in, join the match in action. Corey, tell us about both of these decks.
Yeah, so we've seen Kai here on the broadcast before, just traditional Golgari playing, Professor playing a lot of Planeswalkers. We saw Kai lose his feature match, very close to Is It Prowess player, has won all the other matches, and then this Sultai control deck looks really, really spicy, I must say. Looks like something I want to go play immediately. Ancient Cornucopia, being able to play Emeritus of Ideation, and be able to discard that and Superior Spider-Man it back so you can recall immediately. That's kind of the big draw of the deck. Otherwise, very much a control deck. So it's going to be a grindy one to say the least here between these players.
Yeah, it's kind of like, Doomsday Excruciator, but without that.
Yeah.
Just Superior Spider-Man, Emeritus Ideation. There's a Deceit, a Black Cat, Cunning Thief, a bunch of cool targets for Superior Spider-Man to become, and a couple of new cards chucked in there as well from Secrets.
Yeah.
Withering Curse being one of them, Witherbloom Charm too. So yeah,
much more
cool
value.
to see him in action. Yeah.
Yeah, much more value instead of that over-the-top I win type of Sultai decks that we've seen before, whether it was with Excruciator or just Bringer, that kind of thing. So this is very much fair Magic. And usually, historically, these control decks are better against the mid-range decks.
Yeah. Kai Nelson with a Duress gets to take a peek in the hand here. So Deceit, Wistfulness, couple land, or just the one land, Quandrix Charm.
Yep.
Oh, there's a couple land. And Awaken the Honored Dead. So decent options. And Keen-Eyed Curator, exactly what Kai wants to see in this matchup, just to be able to keep control of this graveyard.
Yep, going to be very good against Superior Spider-Man for sure.
Is this
Had the
Undercity
Quandrix,
still surveil?
had the Quandrix charm as, a quench here to play on Duress, but Kai had the 2 mana available, so didn't really want to cast it. But Awaken the Honored Dead here looks like a great card to take.
Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised to see that gone.
I'd be shocked if it was the charm. That's the only choices. And you're able to just play Starting Town and play the Awaken the Honored Dead immediately.
Yeah. Undercity Sewers, the other land there. So, known information now for Kai Nelson.
Now Kai is kind of in that squeeze where you know about the Quandrix Charm, don't really play a 2-drop into it.
Yep.
You can just use that 2 mana to eat both the Awaken the Honor Dead and the Duress. Then you
Yep.
get 2 types, get it closer to being a 7/7.
I love these little critters that just get so incredibly large for their mana value.
Yeah, Keen-Eyed Curator is at a great spot in the metagame right now.
Yep.
Whether it be in mono green, whether it be in Golgari, it's seeing a lot of play. Very good against these spell-style Eddie Merc Crab decks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Combat.
There goes Keen-Eyed Curator in for 3. And Furdock Core.
That's probably getting countered.
I would imagine so.
It's not the greatest card, on raid, but it really works well with Unholy Annex.
Yeah.
And you get to just use your mana here for Ozawa.
Yeah. Modal spells are so cool. Like, I really love the cycle of the charms from Strixhaven to Strixhaven, and it's cool to see playing both of them, the Quandrix Charm and the Witherbloom Charm.
They did a great job with those charms for sure.
Yeah, black. Okay.
Black. Now I get to take a peek here. Ooh, Delian Fell, 2 Unholy Annex.
Makes sense. Kai starting with the Furdock Core, definitely the worst card out of the 3 options. And you got to get that counter spell out eventually, so like that play from Kai. And Unholy Annex in this style of mid-range mirror, resolving that and not having an answer for it is definitely what you're looking for.
Thank you, card viewer friend, for flipping that for us, saving
I
our
prefer to
necks.
just tilt the head.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You like your chiropractic bills?
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Delian Fell gonna get taken care of.
Are you good?
Super strong Planeswalker from the latest set.
And now there is Wistfulness. There is only one of, but I do believe that was one of the cards that Ozawa had in hand. So face-up information here. So the Annex, kind of at best, is going to just get 1 card. But now Ozawa's hand is face-up. We know about both of those, the Starting Town and the Wistfulness. So Kai really has no choice. He's still got to kind of jam it out here.
Yeah.
And just really hope Ozawa does not draw land 5 to be able to get a body. And maybe has to have that tough choice of, do I just evoke it to just deal with the Annex? Probably. We'll see.
Yeah, Annex can certainly get out of hand. At one point in the metagame, Annexes were all over the place. Just a whole bunch of demons.
Yeah, and actually only 1 green source, so unable to even do that right now.
Oof, yeah.
So we'll probably be waiting until that Starting Town gets into play, but a Rishkar's bargain here looking great.
This able to dig a couple cards deeper into the deck, I should say. 2 of them into hand, the rest into the yard.
Yeah, great card. Very close to stock up, but has that kind of, deck restraints.
Yeah.
You got to be Sultai for it to be as close to stock up as it can be.
Yeah. That and Awaken the Honor Dead. You definitely don't want to be playing them in other decks, just as like a light splash.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry. Okay.
So now Ozawa did make the conscious choice of not playing Starting Town. So if I'm Kai, I'd be like, okay, you probably got a Quandrix Charm. You probably have something to interact. Otherwise, you're playing Starting Town for sure.
Yeah.
And what do you know? Quandrix Charm, Starting Town, and Wistfulness is the hand.
Of course, the Revenant here for Kai. Where are your lands, man? There we go.
Okay,
all right.
sure.
Is that a demon? That's not a demon.
It
right?
is not.
It's a vampire.
But
Is this on the stack?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
so
yeah.
Takeshi just deciding if he
I
wants to.
thought you acknowledged.
Yeah.
Okay, lets it live.
Okay. And now Quandrix Charm, one of the other modes, destroy an enchantment. So, wow. Ozawa could have dealt with either of those permanents, but decides not to. So,
what's he holding on to that for?
Definitely Wistfulness. Wistfulness to be able to clear it off. But, yeah, you would think that maybe you want to Quandrix Charm the Revenant just because, well, it is still a creature that is putting you at a 4-turn clock, but it's just also not that powerful of a card. And Ozawa wants to hang on and get some more value out of the Quandrix Charm. A little surprising. no doubt.
All right. Wistfulness now, biggest thing on the board. Does have a life-linking Death Toucher to deal with on the other side of things.
And now Kai has land 5, so this could be Unholy Annex from the Ritual Chamber, but instead the Professor comes down, deals with Wistfulness,
19.
and that looks great here.
Nice.
Ozawa does not deal with Planeswalkers that efficiently. It is basically Awaken the Honored Dead, and that's pretty much it. Bitter Triumph out of the board. Otherwise, it is going to stick around, so.
Yeah. Yep, once you get that Planeswalker down, you're going to have a tough time getting yourself back into this one. Both players up a game apiece, so this is the decider. And like you mentioned, 4-turn clock with this Karsi Revenant coming on in.
Looks like we have the second charm, Witherbloom Charm as well. None of the modes very effective right at this very moment.
Yeah, barring the game 5 life, I guess.
Yeah, that's not great either, that's
No.
for sure.
Which mode?
I would assume we're sacrificing and drawing a couple cards, so get one of those lands out of there.
Let's see, can we find anything meaningful here to deal with Delian or this Vampire? Another land,
Yeah,
pass the turn back. 4 mana up here for Takeshi Ozawa.
And if Takeshi ends up just kind of getting destroyed by this 3/3 here, you know, we can go back to that moment with that Quandrix Charm where we decided to not deal with it. And of course, you never know what the top 7 cards of your library are going to be, but so far it looks like Ozawa is kind of drawing nothing but air off the top.
Yeah. Kai finding all his land drops now, so able to deploy multiple things per turn. You have to imagine. Here comes Unholy Annex once again.
And one thing we haven't seen from Ozawa is just a superior Spider-Man. It would be amazing at any point.
Yeah.
This is enchantment.
Quandrix Charm. Kai decides, I'm not going to pay for that. It's chill. What's he got in hand then, huh?
I think I saw a couple of lands. So we shall see. Something like Superior Spider-Man is definitely the best possible draw. I think I saw Withering Curse as well.
Okay.
Destroy all creatures if you have gained a little bit of life. Otherwise, it does nothing right now.
Yep. That's not going to kill the Karsi Revenant.
Awaken the Honored Dead. Looks like that was the draw. That is great at dealing with the Professor. It's definitely the most threatening threat. But
is it?
I mean, it is unless you're at 6.
The creature is going to kill him in 2 turns.
Yeah, the card advantage from the Professor will also kill you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I want to kill that bird if I'm him, but
Yeah,
that's just me.
It is very much, they're both pretty threatening at the moment.
So big think here now for Takeshi. How is he going to survive this turn? Awaken the Honored Dead hits the board.
And big things here from Ozawa, as that does seem to be the only play this turn, so he's really just debating which one of these permanents do I have to kill.
It has to be that guy.
Yep.
Side, so Karsi Revenant
2 cards.
in the graveyard. Delian Fell survives another turn.
Let's see what the follow-up is for Kai. If we have anything that presents another threat here, Ritual Chamber would be great. I'm not sure if we had a third one, but that would be awesome. Just get a 6/6 demon, a lethal threat, force Ozawa to find an answer immediately.
Yeah. Hey, take up your Planeswalker.
Yeah, just zeroed it, I believe.
Oh, he lost a life.
Yeah, yep. Just zeroing it, keep drawing an extra card. Phyrexian Arena. See if we have that one. Yep. Ooh, that is amazing.
Oh, Decorum Dissertation A.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see where that one's going. I feel like you start with yourself for a couple of turns, but eventually you can definitely aim that at Ozawa.
Exile.
Good gravy. I love this card.
Yeah.
Of all of the Paradigm spells, this one is my favorite.
Yes. Phyrexian Arena and Read the Bones, man. Reed Duke is so jealous of Kai Nelson right now.
Oh, man. Things looking really good here for Kai. Blinks and stuff. Emeritus is in the yard. Do we have a Spider-Man?
That was the mill off the Awaken. If we drew Spider-Man to be able to combo with that, we'd have an Ancestral Recall this turn, but I mean, it's not on the battlefield immediately, so.
All right.
There we go. We got a Phyrexian Arena there. We had to dig through.
This is first main.
Ancient Cornucopia for
Because-
Takeshi.
I'm just
After
double checking.
you
I don't
draw.
know. Right. Draw.
Mana Rock and a source of life gain, so maybe the Withering Curse can in fact be helpful.
Yep, still targeting himself. And now we do have the Soul Stone that can start getting a little busy. But I mean, if I'm Kai and Ozawa's not playing anything here, I was like, I gotta think that my Soul Stone Sanctuary is not gonna live if I get in there, but that is not the case right now.
Yeah. Just depends how pushy Kai wants to be here.
Yeah, it looks like Kai has 7 or 8 cards.
Only?
Yeah, only.
What's it, turn 10?
Yeah. All he's done is draw cards and, you know, kill some things here and there. So.
Alrighty. Pulse deals with Awaken the Honored Dead.
Yep, Pulse dealt with Superior Spider-Man. That would have been getting Ancestral Recall
Oh,
back.
yeah.
'Cause that would have been absolutely devastating. Oh, baby. Yeah, there we go.
Nah.
The crocodile coming on down. I believe that is
What a good, this is Leatherhead. Swamp Stalker.
hexproof. Very tough card for Ozawa to deal with. And now, I mean, you're pretty safe if you're Kai. If you can get to next turn without Ozawa doing anything that's too meaningful, you can aim
So
that
I go to
draw
16 to
2,
19.
lose 2 at Ozawa, and
I have
then
19
attack
to
for
6.
5, as a removal spell is not going to get you out of it.
Hexproof counter on Leatherhead.
Okay.
So can't be targeted currently by Takeshi, so that Withering Curse would be pretty wonderful right now.
Yeah, and I believe that does work. You can just cast the Withering
cast
Curse,
the trigger,
you'll gain life,
that'll resolve,
and that
and
will
then-
destroy it. That is a beautiful combo here.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Ancient Cornucopia is a very powerful card. And if any kind of card kind of gets you back in the game, it's going to be something like this.
Going for Rakshasa's Bargain, first and foremost.
Yep. And then you can cast your spell to deal with this Leatherhead.
What a name, Leatherhead.
This is going to be a great turn for Ozawa. Look at the top 4, pick your best 2, and then deal with what looks to be an undeal-with-able threat.
Undeal-withable.
Yeah.
TM. There we go, Withering Curse. Kills everything on board, i.e. Leatherhead, which would have put a real big amount of pressure on Takeshi's life total, but now sitting at 9. And now it's going to be interesting to see who can get away with it here at this point. Still so many cards here for Kai.
Yep.
What does Takeshi need to draw to get himself firmly into this?
Superior Spider-Man or the Emeritus, I think, are the best draws. Just cast Ancestral Recall, believe it or not. Very good.
Turns out that's good, huh?
And that will get you going right away. And
oh, no.
That's going to be big. But the thing is Superior Spider-Man does not target. And there are more than 5 creatures in the yard, I would assume here. So Superior Spider-Man is still going to be good.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a Deceit in there.
20.
There's the Emeritus.
And if all that fails, Kai's graveyard is still open for business as well.
Oh, yeah.
Superior Spider-Man.
I would like a Leatherhead, actually.
Yeah.
But very on timeline or else.
Does look like Ozawa, one of the cards that we got off the bargain there was another Withering Curse. So another 3 mana Wrath effect ready to go, but looks like Kai is leaving up 4 mana to either eat a bunch of creatures or just animate Soulstone Sanctuary. So a Withering Curse as well as Deceit is the hand for Ozawa. So Ozawa could very well be clawing back into this.
He's doing his damnedest, that's for sure.
The gain life can happen.
Trigger, gain the life, blow up the board. Proceed accordingly.
Yep. And then Deceit to be able to bounce the Planeswalker and take a card from Kai. Looks great. Have a body hanging out. And seems like we'll be pretty stabilized.
Can I look at your graveyard?
No, Ozawa does only gain life from the Withering Curse. You don't get to gain life from the Deceit, as it is that once a turn. And normally you want to wait for the one that has more colors, but of course with the curse, you do need to gain the life for that spell to be as effective.
Especially if you want to deploy a creature.
Yep.
Right after. He's got 6. Yeah, he's got 6 mana for it. So.
I'm gonna target these one by one. Target deceit. Yeah.
Okay.
Nom, 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 nom.
Kai is prioritizing eating the creatures to minimize the impact of Superior Spider-Man instead of getting that 3/3.
Smart, smart, smart.
Both.
Here comes Deceit. Both modes active. Bounces Delian. And likely to take it from hand as well, unless there's anything else that's threatening.
And just a full hand. Ozawa's just like, I can't beat that Planeswalker. That is a brutal one. So there is still Unholy Annex plus the Ritual Chamber. So at the very worst, you know, Kai can do something like shoot the Sheriff on the Deceit, Ritual Chamber, and Llanowar Elf. So Kai still has a lot going on. Or just Unholy Annex, get the value going. And oh yeah, the free draw
free 2 cards. Not too bad, huh?
Pretty good.
Not too shabby.
2 cards. Oh, 1 card. 1 card.
1 card in hand for Takeshi. My goodness. What a disparity between. I'd like to see that 1 card. Haha, it's a land. You get nothing from me, Kai Nelson. That feels real bad.
Yep, definitely feels real bad. But man, Ozawa's top decks are just incredible.
Yeah.
You know, there are some absolutely amazing ones. The Emeritus with Superior Spider-Man, or Rishkar's Bargain. They're all great.
Of course, the Revenant and Annex here for Kai.
Can I get a locked?
Looks like that is a 6/6. So 9 damage. This is presenting lethal next turn for Kai, unless Ozawa draws something really nice right now. Big draw step. Ooh, that looked like a dress.
Yep. Yeah, that's just a plain old swamp. So Kai Nelson able to pick up the victory there against Takeshi Ozawa. Both players with very sweet decks, but you know, in the end, big old beefy creatures on the board. Got the job done.
Yep, absolutely. That lesson looked incredible from Kai there. I mean, drew a solid 10 cards when you're gaining so much life from the Planeswalkers and stuff. So card advantage was definitely king there. And the best card in Ozawa's deck, the Superior Spider-Man, was just nowhere to be found. I don't think we sided that one out, so that was just maybe a little bit of bad luck for Ozawa.
Did his best, hung in there, looked like he was pulling back, but you know, ultimately just took a watering can to an inferno, so...
Fair.
Alas. We got more Magic for you, friends. We're going to take a very short break, and when we come back, we'll be with Maria at the desk. Don't go anywhere.